Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, January 24th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I was trying to make sure I was going to say 2018, so I'm like, what is the date? It's the 24th? Slow motion. I am Mimi. I'm silly. Our energy mantra for today is I can revolutionize my vibrational sense of worth. And oh my goddess, today is so deep on the work path. So deep. I think the number one thing that we want to look at today is Mercury Conjunct Pluto. Mercury Conjunct Pluto in the sign of Capricorn can align our mental energy with transformation energy. Transformation energy, but the highest level of Pluto energy to me is about empowerment. So the transformation into empowerment, but often we have to see where we are not quite empowered, where we are disempowered, or where we may be selling ourselves short, where we may be mentally subduing our worth so that we're not fully showing up in that divine soul purpose energy, because that's what Capricorn is ultimately getting into your destiny, getting into that divine soul purpose energy. So with this connection at 19 degrees, which is a 10, you are a 10. That's how you remember that that's the worth one. 10 energy. You are worthy of showing up on purpose, deep in your purpose, aligned and participating in it, not just kind of hovering around the edges of it. Now, supporting this energy, we have the moon in Taurus. And what is the key highlight word of Taurus? Worth. So here we have that worth stuff again. Now, this is all very important. And I think that there may be some work that needs to do when it comes to our worth, because we are in our first revolution, evolution day of Sun in Aquarius. And that's one of the things about Aquarius. You know, I often talk about the high vibrations, but one of the healing vibrations of Aquarius, one of the things we all need to heal with Aquarius in our chart, is that feeling of not fitting in. It reminds me of the Outsider card in the Osho deck. I actually don't have my Osho deck with me. I left it at the place that I'm staying. So I don't have it with me, but think of that card. There's that feeling, I don't quite belong. And you would be shocked if you knew how many people on a regular basis, you know, I do readings, how many people I talk to that have that feeling, I don't belong here, I don't fit in here. And I think if more of us began to share it, we'd realize, oh wait, I didn't think I fit in here, but I actually do fit in here with this person over here who didn't think that they fit in here. You know, Earth is kind of like the America. It is the melting pot. You know, there's a lot of different energies that collect here, but you have your tribe, you have your belonging, whether they're here or also out there, which we want to connect into. You have to realize that you do belong, and then from there, you have worth, you have purpose, and today is big on that. Now, with that Pluto energy, stuff may be surfacing. With the revolution, evolution energy, triggers may be flying in and through this energy. With the moon in Taurus, the moon can bring up that which is hidden. The moon can connect us to emotional energy. So this is all really big stuff to process. So if you have a kind of like, kind of day, okay, well, celebrate the stuff that's coming up that can be processed. Realize we are building into the eclipse, and the eclipse lesson as we build into the solar or lunar, full moon lunar eclipse in Leo, it is the lessons of the heart, and you can revolutionize. You can evolutionize your vibrational sense of your worth and realize that there may be a part of yourself that is not feeling worthy of the next step that you need to take in order to empower yourself. And today is that day, even if it's just a baby step. Even if it's just a little half step, take the step. Oh, okay. Phew. Besides that, the moon in Taurus is making a few other connections. Moon in Taurus is connecting to Saturn. Saturn has reached 4 degrees. So Saturn is at that revolution, evolution energy in Capricorn, revolutionizing society and how we show up in society. The moon tying in again, the worth stuff, the worth of you showing up as you in your personal responsibility in society. This is a big deal. This is big stuff. It's not easy, but the consciousness, the awareness, the vibrational connecting can help you get there, and it can help you step into a level of authority with yourself, which is the card I have today from the Sacred Geometry Activation Oracle. The sun and the moon are actually going to square each other. So again, here's that worth stuff. 4 degrees. There's a revolution, evolution needed because you are not quite up to par with your worth. You're not quite grasping the vibrational energy that you can show up in. So they're really working hand in hand. So don't let them fight each other like, I'm not vibing right because of worth. I'm not worthing right because of vibe. Nope, they just work together. So see how you can dig in. See how you can raise your vibes. One of the things that I occasionally like to go around, saying to myself is, I'm 100% fill in the blank, yes, worth it. Like, I am 100% worthy of this thing. And so often we're like, that thing over there, I really want it, but I'm not worthy of it. And the thing is, chances are you're worthy of something even better, but it's just the worthiness that's keeping you in this wall between yourself and this thing that you feel this draw towards. So notice those things in your life and see how can you take those baby steps into knowing that you are worthy of the beautiful thing. You are worthy of a beautiful life. Speaking of worth, another connection that we're having today is the moon square Venus. So again, Venus, the worth stuff, and this is at 8 degrees. That is responsibility. It is your responsibility to love yourself. It is your responsibility to cultivate a beautiful vibrational relationship with yourself, and that is going to help shift you, empower you, revolutionize you, and push you forward to the next. Now, we shift from 4 degrees into 5 degrees a little bit later in the evening. 5-degree energy. Revelations come through after the revolution. So don't be surprised if later in the evening you have some ahas. Oh my gosh, these have been the walls that have been holding me back in regards to this. And hopefully that'll feel really good. Now, since I don't have Osho cards, I feel like this is such a divine universe, purposeful thing, I decided to pull my Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which I don't know as well as the Osho Tarot, but I still play with them often and like them. This card is so interesting. It is the Two of Fire in reverse. And in reverse, it talks about the struggle for control and power, an unequal exchange of energy, something vying to be the boss instead of an equal power. Now, to me, I feel like this may be some of the worthiness stuff, that it may be these struggles for power, because it kind of comes up in this other card over here. This card, the Three of Earth in reverse, says, be sure of your motives. Power is a definite motivating source, but often it is this outside power thing and not the power within. So this to me is about seeking the power within, seeking the worthiness of the power within, rather than setting the sights on the power without, because that is never going to fill your worthiness buckets. That's just going to leave you empty and striving for the next attainment, striving for the next acknowledgement, striving for the next pat on the back kind of thing. So be very aware. Where am I seeking my power? And what is my motivation? And if you can do that, my feeling is you're going to flip yourself. The third card that I have is the Journey card. And just says, your life is made up of the experiences that you've gone through. I think that's good and bad. Look at these things that you've gone through. Wow, they've made you this beautiful being that you are. Sometimes we go through some tough stuff. Can you let that feed you? Can you let that be like, wow, I made it through that? Or are you going to let it keep holding you down? That happened to me and therefore I'm not worthy. It's going to be your perspective. Perspective's a big thing with this Aquarius stuff. That's going to be what's going to help you shift. So notice what parts of your journey are feeding into you right now, are you noticing right now, are coming up for you, and see how can you work with it. How can you work with shifting that vibrational nature of how you think of it. Final card, Authority, which I'm going to read a little bit of, because it takes us back to our A game. Authority, the frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. And I really like this authority in here, because this, Saturn and Capricorn, we have to become our sovereignty. We have to become our own authority. That is going to help us with the worth stuff. True authority is generated by maturity, knowledge, wisdom, experience, inner balance. This kind of power comes from within. We just talked about that. Where it is deeply rooted in a solid connection to source. Externally, this power expresses itself as presence, the ability to be completely in the moment with full awareness of every aspect of oneself, all senses fully engaged while being completely centered in the heart. Internally, this power steps back to witness, allowing us to perceive and discern without attachment. From all this, a new form of authority arises, one that leads, shares, directs, and conducts, not conduits, conducts with benevolence, grace, compassion, wisdom, and integrity. This kind of authority inspires trust, creation, collaboration, and partnership. It is receptive in nature and expresses the journey inward, where connection with the self and source become one. And there you have power. All right, so I hope this all made sense. It felt like a really important transmission. This feels like really big astro. Dig in. You are worthy. Things are wonderful. The good things are going to happen for you. The better it gets, the better it gets. Book a reading if you want to dive in for the eclipse. I'm booking them up really fast. Now's the time to do that. Email me to book your slot. GaiaBlooming.com. You can make the payment. And like I said, the better it gets, the better it gets. And there is enough love in the world for you. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.